shoot. All right.
So we're live, you guys.
Okay.
Here we are.
Hey.
Tech Senior Live. It is December the 9th.
Wow.
And getting close to Christmas.
2022.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it is. It is. So welcome, everybody. This is, of course, Tech for Senior Live. It's our Thursday morning. We have some people in the waiting room. If you would, please tell us where you're from. If you could, because otherwise we don't know who's out there, right? We could be talking to ourselves. If we're going to talk to ourselves all day, we'll just, so put your name out there and let us know where you are. And don't forget, if you have any questions, anything you want to talk about, we're going to sit and talk for the next hour about tech news. We will, of course, be looking over at our Facebook page and going over the news articles there. So if you want to follow us along from the articles there, then that's fine as well. The show,
when you get to be my age, talking to yourself is really not something uncommon.
You want to do that. Right.
The only problem with that, Bob, is if you carry on a conversation.
That's
bad. Yeah, if you answer yourself. That's right.
That is bad.
That's really bad. So we are taping this, and it will be available on Facebook or YouTube for later consumption if you so wish. Don't forget, we do have a show on Monday. Our show is, of course, Tech for Senior, and it's we're going to say it's a world-renowned show, right? Because we do send it to different parts of the globe, and so it is. It's a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun times there. So please come and watch our show on Monday.
I think Detlef is back in Berlin, is he not?
That's why I said, yeah, he is. So that's why I said we're sending it internationally. Plus, my relatives watch it in Australia, so I could say we send it around to the different continents as well. So we are. So let's see who's online today. Oh, let me introduce everybody. You know us anyway, but it's our usual. He's away today. I think he's. I can't remember what he's doing. If he's got a luncheon date or something, but he's away today. Bob, we missed you Monday. Thank you for all the work you did and all the stuff you presented on Monday. You were the star of the show, and you weren't there.
It's amazing technology. I was in one place and in another place at the same time.
No problem. I told you we cloned you, right? I said that's what we got to do is we got to clone Bob. I said we just cloned you, and that was the solution to the problem, right?
I bet you if we took a survey of all the people who watched on Monday, they'd say, "Oh no, Bob was there."
Yeah, yep. Exactly.
The nice thing is, Ron, I have enough videos that even after I'm gone, you can still keep me on the show for 10 years.
You are indeed very prolific. I must tell you that you are cranking them out. I mean, I don't know. Wow. And then Ray,
another one this morning.
What are you doing? Ray did a segment on Monday as well. And it was good. Or was it the week before? Was it the week before? Or was it Monday?
It was the week before. I did that on Plex, which is taking so much of my time here. And it's a lot. I'll explain more as I do the succeeding chapters. But I'm all set for another one this Monday with the Your Phone app.
That's right. So we're going to be talking about Your Phone app this Monday. So please come and listen to the show. And I'm having fun with our little promos that I do. I'm going to go around to the different parts of our town, and I'm going to do little. You'll be able to see different parts as I do the agenda. So anyway, so you know Bob, and you know Ray, and you know me. Let's see who we got watching here. Liz says hello from Ohio. And Steve is from Kirkland, Washington. Yes, Steve says it's 39 degrees. It's 35 degrees here. But you
missed a couple of people, all the way on top, because Sally Ann was
so I didn't go
in this morning.
Oh, okay, hold on. You're right, Bob. Thank you so much. Sally Ann from Kirkland says good morning. Same place. I guess you're still at 39 degrees. It's going to be a nice day. It's going to warm up, though. Bernard from Sterling Heights Computer Club in Michigan. I wonder if they had snow there yet. And of course, we say Liz from Ohio, Steve Powell from Kirkland again, and Victor from Pikeville, Kentucky.
I think Victor's a new
visitor. So. Yeah, yep. We haven't. Welcome, Victor. We come and talk to us on Monday on the show, and come into the Zoom meeting and introduce yourself, because we have let us know who you are. That's great that you come. And Gerald from Louisiana, and we have Jenny Garrick. You need to tell us the date of each Thursday, as I have a problem getting you at times for current live. Hey, I'm much older than all of you. Hey, you got to be kidding. Is there anyone older than us, Bob?
I don't know.
Jenny, it's we're always the same time. We're always that's the one thing. When you get to our age, we can't figure out different times. So we always do the same thing, just at the same time. The Thursdays, it's always 9 o'clock Pacific time. And then you can figure that out. And then it's on Mondays, it's 9 o'clock. But we usually, our meeting starts at 8:30, because we have a little social get together. Jim, of course, is always with us. He's from Venice, and of course, he's gloating, as Huey always does. 81 degrees. Yeah, right. Okay. Bob is from Belleville, Washington. Yeah, same. Light rain, no snow yet. Yeah, we had, it's pretty much gone. We had a bunch of snow dumped on us, but it's sort of warms up now. Charles from Lake of the Ozarks. Yeah, Charles always with us. Let's see, Jenny, I look forward to Bob and Ray. Thank you too, especially, and Ron and Huey explain their segments very well. Thank you so much. When I read the first part, Bob and Ray, hold on. Are you missing somebody?
Nothing
Are you missing somebody here? I'm glad she mentioned Ron and Huey.
Yeah, we're going to go. Our next event is going to be a comedy duo.
Yeah, I think. And Central Florida in the 80s, yes. And Bernard says no. I'm not sure what no means. Well, no means no. Or maybe he meant snow. So Steve says, is there a your phone for iPhone? Will you be discussing that?
Yes, and there isn't.
There isn't.
Okay. iPhones are locked down too tightly for the app to work. It really only works on Android phones.
Android. Okay, thanks. Mike. Oh, Mike's here. Great. Hello, yep. Mike from Orlando, Florida. And Jenny says, time not the problem. It is the episode I'm seeing.
Maybe she's getting older episodes when she's on YouTube.
Is she not joining us live?
Yeah.
If you're on YouTube, there's the live thing, which is all the way on top.
Right.
And if you're on Facebook, it's same thing. You see us live, not an episode. At least for the Tech for Senior live. The Tech for Senior, that is on Mondays. But Thursdays is Tech for Senior live, and it is live.
Okay.
I hope I'm still alive.
You look pretty good, Bob.
And Bobby is from Phoenix. Yay for Phoenix. Yes, indeed. All my friends are down there in Mesa gloating and saying what a great time they're having. And Dick is from Sanford, Florida. Yes, indeed. All right. Now, so I have, you know what I have for you guys each week. I have a little video I want to play for you, and I have a video today I wanted you to watch. Okay, and I want your opinion on this, and I'm going to play a little video for you today. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, here we go. So let's let everybody watch this video, and I'm going to comment on it. I took the sound out of it, so I'm going to comment it on it, and we'll talk about it. So this is. Let me take Dick off. Just hold on a sec here. We're just going to come back to comments. We'll take this off. Let me just going to start that again. We're just going to start this again. And I want to just play this. Sorry. Okay. So this is from Ranthambore, India. And this is about the S21 Ultra. And this is a nature photographer of quite an outstanding guy. And he's filming the whole documentary with the Galaxy S1 Ultra. This is actually a commercial for them. And he works a long time to find the tiger, and he's filming this all, as you'll see, as he comes by and he finds the tiger. You'll see that he doesn't have huge photography equipment. You know, this is a world-renowned, world-class photographer who's hunting the tiger and is finding the shots that he wants, but he's recording it all on the S21 Ultra. Okay, so look at, and it's got it's got a whole bunch of lenses. It does some pretty incredible things. And now when they actually see the tiger coming along, you'll see the camera's out and he's recording it in 8K. Okay, so he's recording it in 8K, but and if you look at the next segment that he's coming along here, this is unbelievable. He said this is a once in a lifetime picture and he's recording it. But on the S21, you can actually do 8K pictures while you're recording the video. So he wanted some actual stills, and you can actually, I guess, do the stills 8K as well as the pictures being the movies being taken. So he's doing it all. This is a professional guy who's traveled. He finally gets the final shot he wants on these tigers, and he's doing not digital SLRs, not the really big stuff. He's doing it all on a camera. Now, so my question, and I wanted everybody in the chat to comment on this, do you think that DSLRs and traditional cameras have gone by the way now? Do you think we're at the stage where, Bob, you've got, the reason I brought this up, you've got your new Pixel Pro, the Pixel 6. Yep. And so, I mean, are we past the regular cameras? Is this, I know now the other thing is, I don't know if Chris Gould and Chris and Jim are on, they're going on a big trip down to South America next year. And Chris said the other day she's only going to take her S21 Ultra. She's not going to take all the other cameras she's going with. So I guess then the question is what does everyone think? Put it in the comments. Put your comments in there, because I'm thinking, well, DSLRs are gone. Like
I have quite a collection of DSLRs.
Yeah.
That I haven't used in let's see. I don't even think that the batteries in them are any good anymore because it's been that long. There's
the real professionals like to take their photographs in a raw image. Can you do a raw image on a?
Yep.
On a you can. Yep. Okay.
Yep.
I just don't like taking pictures with the convenience is great. You can't beat it, but holding it, trying to tap it and not make it move, I much prefer to be looking through a eye opener and lens to see my subject. So if I'm going to be taking a lot of pictures, I bring my camera.
Okay.
Yeah, but you have a lens. What you look at is what you snap.
And how good is that in the bright sunlight?
Excellent. They have gotten so much better with this in bright sunlight, especially between the Pixel 5 and the Pixel 6. There's a huge difference.
Like maybe that was it. I don't have one of those phones, and my phone in the bright sunlight, you can hardly
You
see.
can't see
on
anything.
the screen.
Correct.
So that's
Correct.
why I prefer a camera.
Yeah, my wife has one of those cheapy phones, and as soon as you get into the sunlight, you might as well not have anything. If you can hear it, but it's not good for anything else. But that's not the case anymore. 5 was already pretty good, and 6 is really nice.
Yeah, so I thought I would bring this up today because it's sort of interesting, and it is at the stage. We heard a long time ago that the iPhone, people have made movies we've watched downtown, and they've made them all with the iPhone, which is sort of cool. But really, it's I don't know. I think we're past those days. Let's see what everybody sees. Let's get some more of the comments that have come here. Oh, Bernard said snow. That's instead it was no, it was snow. Yeah, snow. Yeah.
I got a question for you, Ron.
We
saw the phone that the gentleman was using, but what kind of camera was actually making the commercial?
I don't know. That's a good point. I don't know. I don't know the answer. But he is a world-class photographer, and he was doing it all on his the S21 Ultra, which is he's doing it in 8K, which is pretty
that is amazing. That's
pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bob, does your Pixel must do 8K, does it?
I don't even know.
Probably. Anyway, yeah, I thought that was interesting. So Jenny says, even if I go live, I don't always get the current, and I don't like YouTube. Yeah, we'll have to come back to that. Stu says, Ron, I bought a Facebook portal after watching your Monday show. I'm going to donate it to the club for use of hybrid meetings. Right. Thanks, Stu, for bringing this up. I hadn't thought about that, but at the end of the show, someone had commented, we'd had a little chat about using it as hybrid meetings for clubs. And I thought, absolutely, this is got to be a perfect device for hybrid meetings. And did you see you watched the show then? You saw my thing I did on the Facebook.
Yep.
So it's absolutely a dead ringer for a hybrid meeting. It works perfectly. So yeah, you're right, Stu. And I have since talked to a number of clubs about that, and they think that I think it's a good one for that. For $80, this does a job. Stu says, for $80, this does a better job than OBSBot camera. I returned that almost number 300. I'm not quite sure. Do you guys get that?
I think he maybe meant it was almost $300, and he returned it because the $80
camera
the portal does a much better job.
Oh, okay. My wife, Mike says, my wife is a realtor. She has an Apple iPhone, but prefers her Panasonic with a good optical zoom lens for properly photos inside and out. Okay. All right. Depth of field is managed better in the camera. Okay. I'm open to suggestions. I don't know. So maybe that's George's comment.
Yeah, if you want to have the background blurred as an example and the front sharp, that's where you get in with that depth of field.
So Mike says no substitute for a zoom lens than an optical lens. Most phones are digital zooms.
Definitely.
George says our photos subgroup of our computer club has a few people using smartphone cameras. Interesting. So different opinions from everyone. I've enjoyed I have a Pixel 3, and of course at the time Pixel, it does very good photography. Anyway, we'll see what I guess the big thing, Bob, is the zoom that you have on your phone is pretty impressive, eh?
It is, but as it says here, it is still digital. It is not. Right.
Because you got the Pro, didn't you?
Yes.
And that has that specific telephoto lens.
Yes. Yep.
You have to,
And it does do an excellent job.
Yeah.
I've had a chance to use it, and I zoomed in on somebody and it was crystal clear. And it usually is not when you're zooming in.
Yeah. You should on Monday you should show us some pictures with the digital zoom. That'd be sort of cool. People probably like to see that off the Pixel. That'd be sort of cool.
I'll pick one out.
Pick one out and show us. All right. Shall we do some work? Shall we maybe go over a few articles?
Good idea.
Good idea. All right. Let me share my screen. And we'll come up here. And let me just take George off here. And let me just get this a little bit bigger so everyone can see. What is this? How's that look, guys?
I'm looking at it at the actual Facebook page.
Yeah.
You have George superimposed again.
Yeah, there we go.
On the screen.
Okay. How's that?
Perfect.
Does that look better?
Yep.
Bit better. No, it's too big there. Oh, we go. Okay, great. Okay, let's see where we get the top here. We come down. Come on. Well, who's this? Bob. Somebody here. 6 tips to protect your home. Did we not play that on Monday?
Yeah, you did, but it was never on our Facebook page.
Oh, okay. Well, job well done, Bob. It was a great video. We all watched it.
Yes.
There you go. Let's see. YouTube brings one of its handy features to smart TV and consoles. And I watch YouTube all the time on smart TV. I basically, that's all I watch. I pretty much don't watch any cable. And chapters, which of course is below the in the description, which is where you can actually jump towards the specific segment that you want to be there, is now available, and they're going to be instituting it for your TV. So the app on your TV for YouTube, you'll be able to jump forward to specific areas within that. I thought that's going to be really cool. What do you guys think? Do you guys watch a lot of YouTube TV? Or not YouTube TV? I'm talking about YouTube on TV, not YouTube TV.
Yeah, well, I don't have YouTube TV, but I watch a lot of videos on the TV.
Right.
Obviously, I watch a lot of music videos on YouTube and instructional videos.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
The things I look at the most. I don't really watch a lot for entertainment other than listening to the music.
Right. And
you're missing something.
Pardon me?
And that means Ray is missing something, because there's a lot of stuff on entertainment also on YouTube. Lots of movies.
Yeah. I just wanted to bring up and show everybody. You'll be able to see that because it's. And I just wanted to show everybody who's listening here. If you come down and you see the show more, you'll see all these are the chapters along the bottom here. And you'll see, and I know you can't see these because this is pretty small right here. But these are all in blue on the left side here. And these are all the chapters. I put this in, and this is our episode, the last episode for 89. And so if you want to look at Ray's section, you just click this button here and it'll take you to Ray's section. All the sections in our Tech for Senior show are all here in this list here. And we call these chapters, okay? And then you just click on and you can jump to my segment or Ray's segment, whichever segment you want, you can just jump to those. And that's called chapters. And and you should always, sometimes you have to click, if you're looking at it here, you sometimes have to click this little show more button here, and that brings the that will bring the whole thing up, and then you have all the chapters there, and all the videos that we produce all have chapters in them. So you just click that, and away you go. So that's what we're talking about, chapters, and you're going to be able to see that now right on right on the TV. Excuse me. Google Drive update will force you to clean up your mess of files and folders. This was on this morning. Of course, I'm going to argue and say Google made the mess. I'm glad you're cleaning it up. It's not my fault. I've never really liked the file menu on Google Drive. I find it very confusing. I don't know what you guys think, but I think it's very confusing, particularly if you have multiple computers. And it's nice Google's fixing their problem, not my problem. And so this will be coming out this new year, and it'll be it has to do with how your files are going to be structured on Google Drive. You guys have any thoughts on that or any comments?
Yeah, the way that I always kept those things that I needed was I put the favorites. So, I tagged it as a favorite. That way I could find it. Otherwise, it's a mess.
It's a mess. And I don't know why they couldn't. I mean, Google's into searching and organizing, right? I mean, that's how they founded their product. But I always find it rather crazy. Do you use a lot of Google Drive, Ray?
Hardly at all. I used to teach it when I taught at the college because I knew everybody had that on their computer, and this is before Microsoft really came out with OneDrive. Right. But so for my cloud storage, I use OneDrive, but I'll admit it often confuses me. It'll save things I don't want it to save. I'd much rather have the option to choose what's going to the cloud, not to almost everything that I save somehow ends up there.
The Googlers are going to stab me in the back on this one. They're going to be upset with me, but I like OneDrive a lot better than Google Drive. And I've been teaching Chromebooks a long time, so it's sort of a I know it's going to that comment is going to come back to bite me. I know I'm going to get some hassle on that, but I really do like OneDrive a lot better.
From Google's standpoint, the more things they save, the more likely you're going to wind up getting to that max, and you have to purchase more storage space.
Yeah.
There's a method to their madness. It just drives us mad.
Yeah. And, I'm sure that I have so much duplicate storage on there, but I can just never figure out where it is. And it's much easier storage. I don't want to spend days and days figuring it out. This morning, my little dance and thought, Yahoo! This dispute between Roku and Google is over. They've come to an agreement now. So YouTube will now continue to be on Roku as well as YouTube TV. So this was, you guys probably heard Dewey did a big segment on this, and the big, the spat was on, and it got down to the wire. And I sort of thought, you got to be kidding, because Roku was going to kick YouTube off, and it was not going to be on any Roku devices, right? So that was going to be a big deal, particularly with me. I have 5 TCL TVs here that all have Roku embedded in them, and I watch YouTube all the time on all those TVs. So this was a big deal, but and in fact, Roku stocks went kaboom and just went up. But the good news is the spat's all over. They've made up, and life goes on, right?
Yep. Well, Roku stock went up because it had gone down.
Exactly.
Stocks have a habit of doing that.
They do. Now, this is an interesting article that came out this morning. How to change your Gmail name and why you'd want to. And I hadn't really ever thought about that. But I guess, I've had my Gmail now for 20 years, and it's always been the same. And of course, people's lives change, right? They get divorced. So if you had your wife's name was Gail and it was Ron and Gail at gmail.com, you got divorced and had Betty. Now, that's sort of an awkward situation, eh? So the bottom line is you can't actually change the name. Your email address is fixed. If you change that, you change your account. but you can in Gmail. There's an option this article shows you. You can send it as. So it's the same name, but you can send it as, and then you could change the name and send it as, but really underneath it's the same email address. And the article explains this. Do you guys
what about incoming, Ron? Would the person sending it send it to the new name?
Yeah, I don't think it makes any difference. I'm not sure about that, but I don't. It would probably all go to the same account. I'm not sure about that, right? It didn't really
would be an as also known as. That's what it comes down to.
And that works both ways. Is I guess my question. Okay. Yeah.
So if you do, I thought that's interesting. If I occasionally get that question. You guys ever get asked that? I mean, it would be difficult if you had your ex-spouse's name on your email address, right?
Yeah, I used to teach all the time. Everybody have their own email address.
That's right.
And I used to find it was mostly the men who were too lazy and they wanted their wife to open and read their email and let them know. But I said, no, you got to have your own email.
Yeah. So that's interesting. All right. Oh, this was interesting. Bob, can you explain this? Did you see this article? The long-awaited Android privacy feature is coming to Chromebooks. And what this is actually about is the randomization of MAC addresses. And it had to do with MAC addresses. And I thought I would give you, on Android phones, I guess what happens is the MAC addresses get randomized so no one can really, it's a tracking thing. And this is going to be built into the Chrome OS for Chromebooks that is coming. And I thought, did you know, I don't know, did you read that article or know anything about it?
I did not, Ron.
Okay. I thought it was interesting. Obviously something we'll be talking about in the future. Here's the last minute. Roku and Google reach last minute multi-year deal.
You keep repeating yourself. I didn't know you were that old.
Well, that's life. This is one I asked Dewey to do a section on this for our Monday show. Google TV. Do you guys have Google TV? Do either of you two?
Oh.
Nope.
I don't either. But it's going to be a big player. I wonder, is anyone out there?
I can tell you, I will have Google TV as soon as I finish with my obligation for the one that I have.
Yeah,
I will be getting off.
Did any of the readers? I'm looking at comments now. If anyone out there has Google TV, maybe put in the comments. Do you like it, or what do you think? But it's getting 300 free live TV channels. They're adding, and Google being Google is going to make this work. And so I thought that's sort of interesting. And maybe there's something here we should be looking at. Chris Gould says, I love my Google TV. Yeah, it's sort of interesting, eh? I wonder.
That's only because they're integrating with Pluto TV.
Is that right?
TV is the one. Yeah. I have Pluto TV because anybody can get it, and that's free TV, and it's mainly old stuff, but for some of us brings back some nice memories.
Yeah, and of course Jim commented that Gmail was launched in 4104. Many people thought it was an April Fool's joke. That's right, and you guys remember you had to be invited. Remember that? You had to be invited to get in. My daughter invited me. She said, Dad, you got to get on. You got to get Gmail. I said, what's Gmail? So anyway,
I remember when Gmail came out. I had a Prodigy account in those days. And I said, do I really need a second email?
Yeah. And Mike says, I even purchased an auxiliary lens kit for my Android phone, including a telephoto lens, but it's very awkward to hold and use. Yeah, I had one. I tried that myself for a while. Lenses don't attach well to phones. I don't think that they don't work very well for that.
They make them tipsy.
They do, and you got to clip them on, and then you got to take it off when you put it in your pocket, carry the things around. So it's obviously a problem. So did you guys read about the Google Pixel repair fiasco? Did you read the articles this week?
Yes, certainly did.
Yeah, this has been in the
Not
news.
very nice. That
Yeah,
means you've got some rogue people in there who were actually taking information off the phone while they had it in for repair, and then using it to do some nasty stuff.
Yeah. So now this was an article that came out this morning from 9 to 5 Google, and it said that Google says Pixel repair privacy breach wasn't from employees, and it had to do with the actual probably the shipping companies, and some of the information was being, their packages were being opened, and so the interesting thing that I thought about this was if you had a cracked screen and you wanted to send it back to Google to get it fixed, you wouldn't want to reset your phone to factory specifications. You don't want to do that, right? So how would you send your phone and make it and worry, like you want it to be, I guess it would have a fingerprint ID on it, or you'd have your passcodes. How would they get into it? Anyway, the long and the short is Pixel. So Google is going to make an OS upgrade on the Pixel and their Android operating system so that there'll be a special security setting that you can activate. So when you send your phone for repair at Google, it will be totally secure, even through the transport, because no one's going to be able to get into it. And so that was the bottom line of this, and this is what the article is about. But that was an interesting one. George says, if you take the lens from a pen laser pointer and tape it in front of your phone lens, you'll get a powerful mic. Oh, take a lens from a pen laser pointer and tape it in the front of your phone, you get a powerful microphone. Oh, well, that's cool. Have you guys ever done that?
Didn't know that you could. That's amazing.
Anyway, that's what that article was about.
I have some binoculars that attach to the camera on the phone that you can use for stargazing and stuff.
Right. So Amazon's new thermostat is on sale, and it's this is the Amazon. So do you guys have digital thermostats?
I do. I'm not about to change.
When I had a new furnace installed about 4 years ago, I asked the technician if he could put one in, and he actually refused to. At that time, he said, no, that they're unreliable, they don't work right. I'm sure lots happened. So I might actually upgrade now. But
yeah, control both your heating and your air conditioning. Unless you have a swamp cooler, then you're out of luck.
Mm-hmm. I had a new system put in this year in my house, and they put an Ecobee thermostat in, which I didn't know anything about them, but they're actually one of the major thermostat companies in the world. They make a lot of thermostats, and they've been around a long time. It is fun. I have sensors in all the rooms, and I can tell. Sorry, my voice is cracking up here, but I have sensors in all the rooms. I can tell what temperature it is. I can turn the thing up and down and do it all on my phone. It is sort of cool. Does anyone out there that's listening, are you happy with your digital thermostat? Is it something that we should be talking more about? Certainly the Amazon one now is pretty cheap. This is coming in at, I think, under $50 to have the thing, to have it. Bob, another tell us about this article.
Well, this one's a little different. There's always a fine balance between spying and or protection, and especially when it comes to surveillance. And we all know that surveillance happens all over the place. It doesn't matter. And also Uncle Sam is involved in surveillance. And this pretty much goes into that part. Because once they start surveillance, no matter what the type of surveillance it is, they are very, very slow to relinquish that power. And that's basically what this article brings out. It's okay. Sometimes you need controls, but sometimes you got to learn to let them go once the job that it was supposed to do has completed. And they don't like to do that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is the article. This is so those of you who want to watch the full video on that, I just did a clip out of that. This is the Samsung uses Galaxy 20 Ultra to shoot wildlife photography.
Yep.
This is the article. So if you're watching and you want to watch that whole, it's about a 5-minute video. Chris will probably want to watch it because she's taking her S21 Ultra to South America. So this is pretty cool.
Garland says that she's used the Nest thermostat.
Yep. Well, Nest, of course, is made by Google, so it works with the Google products, and
that's also what I have.
Yeah. Mike says, so what surveillance does Santa use to know if you've been naughty or nice?
That's one of the good surveillances.
Yeah.
Because Santa uses third-party surveillance called parents.
Very good, Bob.
So speaking of surveillance now, this is I wanted to bring this up because I'm going to do a bunch of segments on our Monday show on this. But Amazon just launched their all-together subscription-based service for seniors. Have you guys?
So we did a segment on this. I did, and it was shown on Tech for Senior quite some time ago when this was still in the beta stages, when it was first being released.
Right.
My advice was, do you really want to do that?
Well, it's interesting, and it's very interesting, and I would encourage everyone to watch this video. There's a video that goes with this, and it is a very interesting service for basically it's linking the devices in your home and in with you in your house, and it's allowing you to give care to provide a caregiver. This basically is for caregivers, and you can and of course the new features that Amazon has brought out to allow this incorporation is pretty amazing. In other words, it can now detect, well, if the stove's left on, or if certain things happen in the house, it can detect that, and also it can notify you as the caregiver. You then can, of course, for emergency notification, basically just call for help, and help will come in. And so there's a whole suite that goes with this. And you're right, Bob, when we looked at this before, this was, of course, this was in the
I can tell you that Miss A has gotten so good. My wife was doing something and it got her totally out of breath, and all of a sudden Miss A said, "Are you all right?"
Oh, really?
Yep.
So it is very interesting. Anyway, this is they just launched this now as they packaged it all up and have announced it as a subscription service. Of course, a lot of what they talk about in this video is privacy and obviously concerns that you have. But the point is that this is used as for giving care to someone who you may love or care about, and you want them to stay in their home, and you can help them, right? And I think this is really interesting, and I'm quite impressed with this, and we'll be talking more about it on our Monday show.
Those that are very concerned about privacy are going to have some oohs and ahs. Those that have realized that we really don't have any privacy will take and look at the good part that this can do. So, there's always two sides to every story, and you have to decide which of those two sides you're on. And that's basically what it comes down to.
Right.
Yep.
Jolin says, I have friends who have already been using the Echo to check on their living alone patients. Nice to see Amazon recognizes the need. Yeah, I mean, it's very interesting. A good friend had a stroke and used her Alexa to call the security office for her development. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so, it's like, you say, maybe mom needs her medicine at 2:00. Well, you can say, hey, mom, have you taken your pills? And, of course, you say that on your Amazon in your house, and it would go over to her house. Oh, yes, I forgot, and she can go and take her pills. So, and you can set up reminders, and, it goes on and on and on, which you can do. But it is a very interesting concept of how all this technology is going to be used in a productive way. I mean, I have tons of I've got Amazon Miss A devices in every room, and I just use them to play music and to put stuff on my Costco shopping list. But there's so much more that we could be doing with this. It's pretty interesting.
Miss A in this house is our best friend for reminders. And as you get older, the more help you have with reminders, all you have to do is remember to tell her to give you a reminder. That sometimes is a problem.
Yeah. Did I tell you guys the story about when my daughter and husband were here, and my 3-year-old, he was 3-year-old grandson was at that time. Of course, we had he saw that what we were all doing is saying, Miss A put something on the Costco shopping list, right? So I get, and all the family was doing this, right? And then I get to Costco, and I'm looking down the list, and something on there said toys. I thought,
very smart. Very smart.
I thought, well, this is a 3-year-old kid figured this out. So I said, toys. Who put toys on here? And then I thought, I wonder if he's talking to, and he was. We actually, I should have filmed it, but we actually caught him doing it, and he was saying he was talking to Miss A, right? Wow. And so yes, I did buy him some toys. I couldn't help. I mean, that was so cute. I just that was so much fun. Let's see. So Bob, first Android 12L beta arrives for phones. Here's how to get it.
Nope.
Why did I put that up there? There was something I wanted to talk to you about. I can't remember.
I don't do beta testing on my phone. I do lots of it on the Pixel, on the Chromebook, and of course on Windows, but not on my phone. Because beta testers on occasion do run into problems. Right. And sometimes the problem doesn't get fixed until the next fix comes from the company. Mm-hmm. And my phone isn't something I want to play with.
What's this Avast thing? Do you know anything about that, Bob?
I might.
Can you tell us?
Yeah, this is a company that specializes in identity protection, which has gotten to be more and more of a topic. And this is just a merger between this company and Avast, which means that technology that this company specializes in will wind up to be part of what happens in Avast.
We're seeing a few changes in Avast, eh?
What is sovereign identity?
Hopefully you're your own person. Self-sovereign, meaning you're keeping yourself.
So this will obviously be a feature that will be added to the Avast suite of products then.
Correct. Huh? I can't tell you whether any of this will make it to the free version, or some part of it might make it to the free version, but I'm sure that anything that's full blown will wind up to be part of a paid product.
Ray, nice to see. What is this?
Well, the name Victrola has been around from the early 1900s. In fact, when I was a teenager growing up, my mother would come into my room and look at my record player and say, "Are you playing your Victrola again?" It goes back to the Victor Talking Machine Company days. And I love the fact that this company name is still around and still using. Now, for a while, the Victrola really was a cheapo product. They tried to make it look in a cabinet like an old-fashioned record player, but this one really had turned my head. It's called the Premier One. It's an all-in-one. It has a wireless subwoofer that comes with it. You can see the size of it there. It's not all that large. Very high-quality equipment went into making this. So I'm happy to see the company is now actually on the high end of phonographs. Now, it's not available yet. I went on the website to look to see. It's going to be priced at about $500, but it says coming soon. But for
And you're
somebody,
going to play vinyl records on this. Is that the idea?
yeah, exactly. It's a phonograph. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it has Bluetooth ability, so you don't have to have wires. There's a Bluetooth built into it, so you can have a nice Bluetooth speaker in the home, and it'll play through that without any kind of wiring or cabling.
So where does the arm go across the record?
It's hard to tell from this picture, but I think it's direct drive. A direct drive doesn't use a belt. It'll just come across, drop down, and come along. I've never seen it in operation, so it's hard for me to tell you. But then this picture doesn't do a lot of justice.
Right. Interesting. Well, certainly vinyl records seem to be making a big comeback, eh?
Oh, I've mentioned before on our Monday show that vinyl records last year and this year more so have outsold CDs for the first time since 1986. So back in 86, when CDs took over, well, goodbye vinyl records. I think people just like the idea of the interaction, taking the sleeve out of the sleeve. You can have much larger pictures. You can read the liner notes more easily, and you're actually playing the record rather than just clicking on a couple of buttons on your phone or tablet.
And you can see the album cover. You can see the actual cover and look at the cover, which is part of the whole experience.
Actually, that's very good. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Well, So Jolin says, is this combination the answer to Norton LifeLock? Is that why they're doing that?
Nope. Remember, nothing happens with the merger until the second quarter of 2022. So this is all still, and from what I gather, you're not really going to wind up with any major changes, just as you didn't when there was a merger between Avast and AVG. You still have AVG, you still have Avast. Yes, it's one parent company, but so exactly what will happen, who knows? I'm as much in the dark as anyone else because I don't work for Avast. So certain things I won't find out until everybody else does. But no, this is strictly between Avast and that company.
This was an article, of course, on two-factor authentication. I did 2 videos on this, and this is talking about, of course, the authentication app that you use in two-factor authentication. We've done 2 very good videos. I think they were good videos on it, which really explains it very well. This was an article just talking about the authenticator, so that's fine.
So how would you rate what Google does? Because it is an SMS message, but it's not really where you get a code that you have to enter.
Oh, you mean the push notifications?
Yeah.
Yeah. The thing I don't like so I don't have a problem with the push notifications, but here's the problem, Bob, that I'm really worried about push notifications is that it's very easy when you get on your phone, it says, is this you? You say yes. And you and I know that we've been doing this a long time, you get a lot of these messages through the day, and you get, yes, it's me, because I'm signing into something. Yes, it's me. I'm signing into something. Yes, it's me. I'm signing into something. Well, the problem is that I think people are going to get used to it. It's coming as an SMS, or it's coming as a push notification. They're going to push the button and agree to let someone in that's really the bad guy. I think it's too easy I think it's too easy, and you're going to say, oh yeah, that's me, boom, and you push the button, and you're going to let the bad guy in. I think it doesn't tell you who is trying to get in. And if it said it's if it's Joe Blow from Kazakhstan, then of course you're going to say, whoa, this isn't very good. But I'm concerned about that.
Well, it does let you know what service is requesting. So, unless you just automatically hit the it's me, then
right.
Yeah, okay. But that's always going to happen, even with an authenticator app. If the person doesn't pay attention, the person doesn't pay attention.
Yeah, but with the Authenticator app, you still have to go to the app. You have to look at the code. You got to put the code, which gives your mind a pause, right? You're going through a few extra steps, and you're thinking, okay, you know, and blah blah blah. I just think on the phone thing is this push note. It's just gonna boom, and you're gonna let the wrong guy in. That's my comment. That's my only comment on it. But anyway, you and I've had two-factor authentication. You know, it's the other thing that's interesting is it's like driving a car with your seatbelt on. I was in Costco the other day, and I was going to drive from one side of the parking lot to just over to get gas on the other side of the parking lot. And I had my coat on and gloves and stuff. And I thought, I'm not going to put my seatbelt on just to drive over there to get gas. It's just through the parking lot, right? And by the time I got over to the other gas and I was waiting in line for gas, I felt so shaken by what I'd just done. I put my seatbelt on and I was sitting in the car in line waiting for the gas, you know. And so I felt so bad about that. And, you know, I've used two-factor for so long now, I couldn't sleep at night not knowing that my account wasn't protected by two-factor authentication. It's the same as the seatbelt, right?
It becomes second nature.
It's just weird, you know, it just makes me feel really uncomfortable. So I hope people will start to really move in this direction. So we talked about that. Microsoft is updating OneDrive for faster syncing on Apple M1 Macs and Windows on ARM. Yeah, again, you know, I use OneDrive, and I think you do, Ray, and so I think it's just going to get faster and better. And you know, the other thing is,
well, only if you have an M1 or you're on an ARM processor. Right. It doesn't help those of us that don't have those particular processors.
True. Apple. So just as long as people don't say, well, you don't talk about any Apple stuff here. I thought I put this article in. Apple is giving customers a second chance to buy AppleCare after they have their iPhone or Mac repaired. So I guess if you drop it and pay for it, you can then you can say, oh, I'm sorry, and you can then get the AppleCare for that. I know what I was going to ask you. So do you get the extended warranty on yours, Bob?
No, I did not.
Ray, do you get extended warranties?
Never.
Oh, yeah, there are some items I will if I'm buying a product that's been refurbished, which usually comes with a 90-day warranty, not anything longer than that. And if I'm going to pay $4.75 to make it a whole year, I'll spend the $4.75.
Yeah.
If it's going to be $475, that's a different story.
Yeah. I'm like Bob. I'm not exactly like Bob in that regard. Try to buy used.
Yeah.
You know, previously purchased.
Refurbished. That means somebody else had the headache, and hopefully I've had it fixed, and I should never have a headache.
We have Murray is online. Murray is doing well, and he's posted a long question here. So I don't know. We got about 3 minutes left. Let's see if we can answer his question. We got to answer Murray's question. He says, I have a problem with my new desktop computer, an Asus Prime B560MA motherboard running any version of Linux. At random, after anywhere from a few seconds to days, it stops responding to mouse and keyboard, and eventually the monitor goes black. I can see it still running as I can SSH into it from another computer. First sign of trouble is that while I can move the cursor with the mouse, there is no response to the buttons. There is no response to the keyboard plugging in another mouse. This
is Linux.
This is Linux, yeah.
Okay, and I'm sorry, but I don't use Linux.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, Murray, I don't think we're not. We would love to help you, but
well, you know, it's if it's a new computer, that's why they have warranties.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't.
I call ASUS, contact ASUS, and explain to them what the problem is. Let them help.
I wonder if he bought it with Linux on it. It was a Linux machine. I wonder if he actually bought it with that.
It sounds like there's a driver problem if I had to take a wild stab at it.
Yeah. Sorry, Murray, we can't. We're just not the right group for this. But we're really happy to see you. We missed you and missed you on the last. I don't think you were there on Monday. But it works with Windows. So,
yeah.
But it works with Windows, no problem. So it must be.
Then it's a driver in Linux. That's the problem.
Right. Let's see. Maybe we get one more article. This is the Alexa Together again.
Yep.
Ray.
Yep.
Intel's 20 billion. What?
Intel is investing. We all know what the chip shortage is and how difficult that's been and what havoc it's caused. And here's an interesting statistics. In 1990, the U.S. manufactured 37% of the worldwide chip production. In 2021, it's just 12%. So I've always been concerned about this most important aspect of a computer being manufactured elsewhere. So good old Intel, which has a large presence in Arizona already, is going to invest $20 billion in 2 big plants just that are going to be manufacturing the semiconductors. So I love it.
Intel is also big in New Mexico, in Rio Rancho. I don't know whether or not they're beefing anything up over there.
See the chip production come back to the U.S.
So my question, and George says, where is Intel getting the water from? I guess the question that I would have, I know there's also a plant going in now. I'm not sure if that's the same one, but it's being built. It started when I was down there. What is the advantage? Is there cheap power? Why did they pick Arizona for this? Is there some unique aspect of the environment that's there?
I think a lot of it has to do with available land. There's still so much land that's available, and you can put in brand new facilities like this without having to tear down anything else you're building from scratch. I think that's one part of it. Plus, Arizona has become a techie state. There's a lot of individuals who live in this state now who can fit into that role. And Arizona is a destination state for many people that want to move, say from California. So I think that's
I guarantee you there is also some tax advantages that have been granted to Intel or any other company that goes to Arizona. Arizona is very business oriented.
And the question about water is a good one. And there's a little video that is on this particular webpage, and it explains what they're doing to actually take a gallon of water and make it clean water, and how they actually that they've improved it so much over the years, so that is not as big an issue as it might appear.
We're running late.
We are. We want to leave on a happy note. Murray is back. He's a medical appointment on Monday, so
okay.
He's going to be coming back, and so that's nice. We'll be seeing him on Monday. We do have to leave now. Jim says lots of silicone in Arizona. I don't know. So anyway, thank you everyone for coming. We'll see everybody on our Monday show next week. Should have a fun show for you. And thanks for everyone for coming today. It's always a lot of fun to go over articles and have a little chat with. I got to show everybody my Christmas coffee mug.
Very nice. Very nice.
All right. We'll see everyone next week, or we'll see you Monday. All right. Bye now.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.